Good afternoon. We will present our final project of the subject Administration of Project and Processes, which is taught by the Professor Carlos Romero. The team is formed by the project manager Maria Guadalupe Sanchez and the team members Alejandra Cruz, Diana Laura Pérez, Isabel Valderrama, Ana Carla Martínez, and Fernando Israel Calderón.
Refrigeración de Saltillo is a family business based in Saltillo, Coahuila. Their main business is the construction and maintenance of chill cameras. A chill camera is a warehouse with special technology and equipment to keep the products at a specific temperature and humidity levels. They have been serving the industry since 1980s, and the food industry is their main market, but they have expanded their business up to the wine industry, flower industry, and even pharmaceutical industry. For 2019, they have a specific project which is opening a supply store in Saltillo.
Our objectives were to organize our sales hierarchy, also to optimize our import logistic plan, and have a great business environment for the new store in Saltillo, Coahuila.
Project planning.
For the project planning, we used our project library that allows us to schematize activities, list the resources, manage time, and monitor project advances in each report. See, here we can see the Gantt reports from the first, second, and third. So showing the percentage of advance with a graph. And as the first one, the first report, we can see that we have 5 activities that was in 100% of advance. And in the second report, we can see how we advance for another 2 activities in advance that was moving on. And for the third report, we can show that all the activities were completed as 100%.
Project communication. Internal communication. The main communication apps we used between the team members were WhatsApp, email, and Facebook. WhatsApp helped us to be in touch and schedule the group meetings and the doubts we had as a team. Through email, we were able to send the documents between us and with the teacher. And through Facebook, we will also send some of these documents. Communication with the company. The communication between us and the company was really important. We mainly focused on phone calls since it is more formal to arrange the meetings and interviews with them. And sometimes we also used email to send them our project advances and answer to their doubts about the project. We mainly talked directly to the CEO and with Norma Constante, who was in charge of the administrative process. With their help and a good communication, we were able to fulfill every activity in our project.
Main problems of their process. Our process is very simple. First, we start selling and passing the order to the employees in the USA. After that, we make a contract. We buy the equipment and bring it to the custom offices. And finally, the logistic team employee will be in charge of the transfer of the equipment. In order to earn the 5% of the regional market share, we created a sales budget for the company. We improved the presence of the company within locals through social networks and mass media. We focused on their competitions, and we created a competitive culture among the employees through coaching. Then, in order to increase the sales in 30%, we created an online website so the company can have more sales channels. We invited their current clients to the new store with an established sales lines. We created a publicity campaign through social media, and we implemented a software of business analytics in order to be prepared with the stock clients will be demanding. And finally, we defined a logistical process for bringing the supplies, reducing at 2% of losses. In here, we made a formal plan manual according to the definite and unchangeable activities that must be developed for getting supplies. For specific cases, we also developed a plan with a different process that must be taken into consideration. A support number will also be provided in case the situation in concern is not specified in any of the specific cases we planned for. And finally, we pegged a specific dollar exchange value in order to prevent losses due to fluctuation in the Mexico peso and USA dollar value.
Improvements. Achievements. We hired personnel in order to have more control over the processes. We created a better business environment for the new supply store. We made formal contracts with suppliers so we could establish a fixed exchange rate. We created a publicity campaign because we convinced the company to make one and recommended several companies. We made a logistic team in order to do the import process. And last but not least, we used an analytics software because we convinced the company to use one to be better prepared with stock. Conclusions. Refrigeración de Saltillo had almost everything set to open their new store, but they had an old-fashioned process, and they didn't have a clear and efficient strategy. That makes their business environment fragile, so we focused on strengthening it.
What we should have done better.
So we should have better communication in order to solve problems faster, show more advances to the company, make shorter interviews, and establish a delegate responsibilities since the beginning of the project.
What we learned. To change the process. It has always been done that way, doesn't get you to success. You have to delegate. You have to go further, don't stay local. Work hard every day. A little family business can be as big as you work for it, and we must invest in order to grow. Thanks. Do you have any questions?